16 reasons why your relationship could fail. What makes relationships fail? It is not easy to maintain a healthy relationship. The time and energy it gives, the effort it takes, and the emotional work are often exhausting. There are many reasons why people break up with their partners, and unfortunately, there is never a simple answer. Typically, when people decide to end their relationship, it is because they realize that they don't have the right chemistry. But sometimes, one major problem becomes the catalyst for the breakup. In this video, we'll explore some of these problems and how to know when it's time to walk away. Number 1. Lack of communication. Communication is key in a relationship. This is true whether you are new to the relationship or have been together for decades. Communication should be a routine part of your relationship, and it can help soothe any small issues that come up before they become big problems. If you have a disagreement with your partner, it can quickly turn into a fight that could cause tension to build between the two of you. Communication means talking about your feelings and thoughts. The problem is that each person interprets words differently, and because of this, what may seem like a wordless argument to one person can be seen as a disagreement by another. This can make dialogue difficult if you're dealing with a partner who has communication issues. Instead of going word by word, take the time to think about what you want to say before you respond. Asking yourself why may help keep the conversation on track. Number 2. Difference in interests and priorities. Interests are things a person is interested in, things that provide mental stimulation. They can be tangible, such as reading books or watching movies, or intangible, which could be beliefs or dreams. Interests can represent a huge part of what an individual's personality is. They are often related to certain personality types and personal interests, and as such can be a cause of relationship failure or success. As a result, it can be difficult to discern what is an individual's real interest from the interest they've adopted to please someone else. For example, an introvert may enjoy going out and talking with friends in front of a large group, but not actually enjoy going out alone. And someone who enjoys working out may have started doing so in order to have more time to study for a difficult test. If one partner wants to have children and more traditional family life while their partner wants to continue traveling indefinitely, this can cause some difficulties. Number 3. Lack of trust and commitment issues. The lack of commitment, incompatible goals are often seen as warning signs of an unhappy relationship. A relationship that is not committed could be an indication of emotional unavailability or a feeling of commitment phobia. If a couple has incompatible goals, this may indicate that they have different interests, which could lead to argument or conflict. The lack of commitment could also indicate that there is too much pressure from one partner to meet the other's expectation, which could lead to resentment. It might signal that one partner doesn't believe it's viable to continue the relationship or has no interest in trying to make it work. Number 4. Taking your partner for granted. If you want to make your relationship strong, it's important not to take your partners for granted. If you find yourself thinking, I can do whatever I want without consulting him, this could be a warning sign. Does your partner feel ignored? This can be a cause for concern because it could make them feel like they don't matter to you. If your partner complains about you not showering or taking care of yourself, this could be a cause for concern. They may feel like you don't respect them enough to put in the effort to take care of yourself. Number 5. Constantly arguing about money matters. Money is the leading cause of tension in a relationship. Money is a sensitive topic because it often involves household chores, sacrifices, and responsibilities. One of the first things you should discuss with your partner is how finances will be handled. Personal finance should also be discussed at the outset of a relationship as it can be a source of conflict. Partners should discuss how much money they want to spend and how often. This is the easiest way for partners to avoid financial disagreements. Number 6. Emotional abuse or manipulation. Emotional abuse is an extremely common form of abuse that often goes unrecognized. It can be difficult to identify emotional abuse because it's not as overt as physical or sexual abuse, but the effects can be just as devastating. Some signs that you might be the victim of emotional abuse are: you're constantly criticized, shamed, or put down in public. Your partner threatens to harm themselves if you leave them. You feel like your partner is always on edge and looking for ways to get back at you if you disagree with them. Number 7. Unresolved issues from the past. The reason why relationships often fall apart is that we are often not fully honest with those that we are closest to. You have biases and may only show the best parts of yourself. Frustration, turmoil, and uncertainty are just a few of the feelings that you can have when there are unresolved issues in your past. On the other hand, peace of mind, happiness, and joy are the rewards that come with having resolved the issues from your past. Number 8. Neglecting each other's needs. The most important thing that matters is whether both partners are happy. Without this balance of happiness, one party will eventually feel neglected and the relationship will start to fall apart. It is important to keep the happiness levels in relationships even. If one of you feels neglected, it can cause resentment. The feeling of being ignored or unappreciated can be difficult and can take a toll on each other's mental health. It is important to tell your partner that you are feeling this way so they can try to understand what might be causing those feelings. Number 9. Not being able to compromise. Most people understand that compromises are necessary for all relationships, but it can be hard for each in agreement on what exactly that compromise should be. Asking for what you want is always the best way to get what you need. It's always better to start with the things that are most important and build from there. A few good ways to make decisions and reach compromises in your relationships are through negotiation, understanding your partner's needs, negotiating for time and space for yourself, creating a budget together, setting boundaries together, and spending time with friends separately or jointly. Number 10. Lying. The relationship between a couple is built on trust and honesty. When someone lies to their partner or keeps secrets, it can lead to distrust, which can eventually lead to an unhealthy relationship that ends in a breakup. Women are considered the gatekeepers of their partner's honesty. Men are typically viewed as more honest and reliable due to the fact that they have fewer opportunities to keep secrets. Some possible trust issues include having been betrayed and feeling unable to trust anyone, difficulty trusting your partner with your romantic feelings and sexual desires, or lack of ability to trust self and others. Being used or deceived trust is integral to successful relationship. Number 11. Different expectations. Every relationship has its ups and downs. It could be because of different expectations from the couple in the relationship, the different needs and expectation of each other, or too many conflicts between them. This often leads to frustration and resentments between the two people that lead to breakups. One partner may have realized they do not want to become parents, another might have an addiction that is getting in the way of their happiness. These reasons may be the same or different for each couple, but every situation deserves careful consideration and reflection. Number 12. Moving through life at different speeds. Turning points in life can affect the speed at which we move through life. These turning points could be a new job, a change of location, the death of a loved one, or even getting married. When these changes happen, they alter the pace at which we live our lives and can lead to tension and arguments with our partners. The good news is that we can also leverage these changes as turning points in our life to help propel us forward, get more done, and generally lead to a more meaningful life. Number 13. Sense of growing apart. Most people will say they grow apart from their significant other because of different interests and hobbies, but once they start drifting apart in these areas, they also start to drift apart in more serious ways. It's natural for people to drift apart because we grow and change, but it can cause problems if it happens in a gradual fashion. How can you stop your relationship from drifting apart? Do something special. Try changing up your routine to be more exciting. You and your partner don't have a lot in common, so you just don't have the same interests. Or travel to a location with plenty of new sights and activities for both of you. Your partner is always on their phone, always has a mini meeting when they talk to you. Number 14. Lack of respect. A lack of respect for your partner can be a major factor in potential relationships failing. There are many reasons why partners in relationship do not always show each other respect. One may feel that their partner does not value what they contribute to the relationship, or that the other is not making an effort to understand them. People who have low self-esteem may not feel worthy of respect and may see themselves as not deserving the same treatment they would like to see in their partners. A partner with a low opinion of themselves can also be more likely to demand respect, which can become emotionally draining. Number 15. Lack of emotional intimacy. Lack of emotional intimacy and a lack of emotional closeness are both major contributors to why relationships could fail. When a person falls into these traps, they may turn away from their partner and begin to withdraw. Lack of emotional intimacy is a lack of understanding and acceptance from their partner. It can be through neglect or not listening to their partner. When this develops, people may feel that they have little to no value in the relationship, which can create distance between them and the person they love. Number 16. Family and friend interferences. Family and friends can be a major source of interference in our relationship. These interferences can take the form of advice giving, meddling, lording over us, criticizing us, or giving unwanted gifts. One way to deal with this problem is to set boundaries with the person. This means drawing clear lines between what you're willing to tolerate and what you will not allow. A really important thing is to recognize that it's not your responsibility to control someone else's feels. It's up to them to be respectful of you and your boundaries, so you don't feel like you're doing something wrong if they push back or continue giving unwanted advice. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe.